Hello there. If you're new here, my name's Jenny from Inmysparetime Crochet. I like to crochet all the things, and recently I have been deep in my plushie era. So I have been crazily making all the plushies. Originally I was putting in safety eyes, but then I just decided that I wasn't really happy doing that anymore. I had this particular lovey that did have some safety eyes in it, and I was able to pull them out. Granted, with a bit of force, but I was able to get them out. And as it's for a baby, I decided that I'd much prefer to do embroidered eyes, and so I learnt how to do it, and I haven't really stopped. So I'm going to show you, see, and that looks quite cute as well, but I do love the fact that it's baby safe. So today we're going to be doing some eyes just like these ones here and here. Yeah, and we're going to be doing them on this little guy, so you'll get to see at the end. But yeah, I do also do from time to time some bit more of a sleepy eye, something like this, or with lashes. So if that's something that you're interested in as well, then let me know in the comments, and I can certainly do a tutorial for that as well. So my channel's quite new. This is my first video tutorial, but I do look forward to doing a lot more. So if there's anything in particular that you would like to have me do, then please let me know. But I think that's it for the intro, and let's get on with it. For this tutorial, you're going to need your choice of black and white thread. I like to use this cotton and acrylic blend, but you could choose to use plain cotton or plain acrylic if you like. You're also going to need a darning needle and also a pair of scissors. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with our black thread. Now you're going to need enough yarn to do both eyes. So I don't usually measure, I just take, quite a long piece, and I've been doing them for quite a while now, so I usually guess about the right amount. And you're going to thread it onto your darning needle. Now I like to start at the top somewhere. Another thing that I forgot to add is that while you're learning and fairly new at this, you may prefer to use some pins just to mark out where you want to have the eyes. I've been doing it for quite a while now, so I usually just eyeball it in order to get them symmetrical, but whatever you prefer to do. So I'm going to start anywhere at the top here, and this is going to be our starting and ending point for our eyes. So I'm just going to pop it in there, and then I'm going to come out where I would like the base of the eye to be. So in this case, about here, sort of in line with the trunk, looks good. So I'm just going to pull it through and leave a little bit of a yarn tail, which we will be joining with the other eye at the end. Now the size of the eye is going to depend on the size of your project. So this little elephant is quite small, so my eyes don't need to be overly big, but you can just be, you can just do whatever you prefer, whatever you think is going to look good in regards to size. But I think for this size, I'm going to kind of re-enter maybe about there, because once I sort of start going over and over, the size will decrease a little, if you know what I mean. So now what I'm going to do is just insert and then come back up at the base at the same point that I started in for the base of the eye, and then just gently pull it up. This is the starting point of our eye, and then every subsequent time I go over, I'm just going to maneuver the thread a little bit so it's making it wider. So I'm going to place it to the left here a little bit, go back into that same spot. You're going to get a few little fuzzies here from the stuffing that's already inside, but you can get them off later. It's fine. So I'm just using my thumb to sort of guide where I want the thread to go. Now there's no set number of times that you need to do this. You just need to do it until you are happy with the shape of the eye. So we're up to 3 so far. So I usually sort of go left and right until I'm happy with the shape of the eye. And as this elephant is quite small, I'm probably not going to need to do this too many times, I don't think. I think maybe one more time here, and then I'm fairly happy with that. Now, if you don't want any lashes or anything like that, you would just continue straight over to the other side, but I'm just going to show you how to do a little lash if you would like to do that. So now that I've decided that I'm happy with the width here, I'm going to go into the top and then re-enter just somewhere at the side here. And don't be afraid to just readjust so that you're happy, and make sure also that it's nice and tight or secure, not loose. You don't want it loose. Now I'm going to re-enter in here to give him that one little lash, and now I want to be coming out to the base of the other eye. So I need to work out around about where that is. And again, I don't mark this out because I've been doing it for a while, but if you're not sure, you may like to mark it out. So, and you know, if you make a mistake, you can just undo it. There's no dramas there. Probably about here, I think. Okay, so there's his little lash, and yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. I think I probably could have gone a little wider, but that's okay. So now I'm just kind of eyeballing it to work out around about where I should make the top of the eye. Just follow the same process. Start with the center, and then we're just going to go left and right of that centerpiece until I'm happy with the shape. I'm going to go back in the middle there because I'm not really liking that angle. Okay. I could have actually, I think I probably did about 6 passes on the other eye. You could count so that you ensure that you do the same number on each, but again, I just kind of go by how it looks. Again, don't be too concerned about the little bits of fuzzy stuffing that's coming through. You can get that off later. I think I'm probably another 1 or 2, and then I'll be done here. Then I will do a lash like I did on the other side. Just one more in the middle there to cover up. You don't want to have any gaps. So lots of fuzzies, but that's okay. So now I'm going to go into the top and come out at the side to give him that lash. Probably about a little bit higher actually. Okay. Make sure it's secure. Now I'm going to go back to the top of the eye, and then I want to come out in that original starting point. You'll see I've got plenty of yarn here, but I'd rather have too much than be playing yarn chicken. So now I'm going to snip that off. Make sure this is, I usually tie 2 knots in it. Don't pull it too tight, but you want to make sure that it is secure. I'm going to chop a little bit more off, and then I'm just going to use my scissors and stick that back in to his little head there. You could use the needle. Okay, so we've done the black part. Now we need to give him the whites of his eyes. Now you're not going to need as much as what you had of the black, but let's just snip that off there. Now, if you want to start at the top again, I usually start in a different spot because I don't want to risk, running into the threads underneath here. Okay, so I'm going to start just at the bottom here. And then I'm going to come out. I want to come out around about the middle of his eye. There's no exact spot. Leave a little tail for tying at the end, just to sort of adjust. Ideally, you don't want to see any gaps there. I perhaps could have done another round or so of the black, but that's okay. So I'm going to go into the top and then come out at the bottom, just to the left a little bit, a little off center. Just pull it nice and firmly, but not too tight. And now I like to just sort of place it around the side of his eye there. And then I'm going to go in just to the left of the other part. I've been doing 2 rounds of this just so that the white is nice and visible. Again, pull it firmly, but not too tight. I'm going to go around once more. And then when I enter in here, I'm going to try and come out in the middle of that other eye. So there's my entry point. I'm going to come out in about the middle. That looks good. Again, just going to use my thumb here to make sure that I'm happy with that placement. I think that's pretty firm. And just repeat on this side. So I'm going into the top and out. I'm going to go just to the right here a little, just a little off center of that base of the eye. Make sure that's nice and firm. Just go back up to the top and add again so that I can repeat it and have it twice. Okay, use my thumb or finger just to make sure that it's in the right place. And then I'm going to do that one more time. And then I want to come back out at that starting point underneath his trunk. Okay, make sure he's nice and firm there. If I have just sort of pulled a little bit too tight, I just use my needle just to sort of shape that face again. But I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to get all the little stuffies off once I'm done. Snip that off. We're going to tie 2 knots. And then just stuff that. And there we have it. Cute little elephant. You could give him some cheeks if you like, or just leave him like that. I think he looks really cute, just like that. So there we have it, our embroidered eyes on our cute little elephant here. So if you found this tutorial helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, comment, share, all the things. My channel is really new and, you know, it's taking its sweet time to sort of, for YouTube to push it out there. So I'd really appreciate your support. Also, don't forget to let me know if there are any other tutorials that you would like to see. Assuming that I can do it, I am more than happy to oblige. So I'd love to hear from you. But thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.